Hi, I'm Syeda Jafri for RUSD Bridge, and today we're highlighting Dr. John D. Milor High School student who is a top scholar, and her name is Meia Parra, along with our principal who's here to support her, Miss Griffin. Thank you so much for being here, Miss Griffin.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, and thank you for being here, Meia.
Thank you for having me.
I love your name.
Thank you.
So Meia, how does it feel being a top graduate of Milor High School?
It's very exciting. I honestly didn't think that this would happen. I was kind of just going there to graduate earlier, so I wasn't really planning on receiving anything, so.
Special.
Yeah.
Well, ta-da, there you go. So tell me a little bit about where you grew up. Was it in Rialto? Did you attend elementary school, middle school in Rialto?
I actually grew up kind of like Fontana, Rialto area.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Etiwanda School District before I transferred over to Milor and the Rialto School District.
And is Milor a good fit for you?
Yes, I liked it a lot because it did meet the need of me wanting to graduate a lot earlier. So yeah, it was a really good fit for me.
Good. Well, Miss Griffin, thank you for being here. I want to first start off by asking you, because I know distance learning started for us April 13th in the RUSD. How is that going with your teachers and with the administration and with students?
It's going very well. The great thing about Milor and Zupanik high schools is that the staff was already highly flexible. So the transition to distance learning has been extremely smooth for us. Teachers now more than ever are finding innovative ways to meet the needs of the students and making themselves more available. An example is Mr. Yarbrough, Mr. Mooney, and Mr. Kelmer creating Google Voice numbers so that the students rather can get a hold of them well into the evening hours, because a lot of our students, they work or they help to support their family by watching their little brothers and sisters in the daytime, and then they turn to their work at night, and the teachers are still available. So distance learning is something that you can take the distance out because it's just learning at Milor. That's what we do. That's our standard format.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, so going back to you, Meia. Meia, what do you want to be when you graduate high school? Is college in the plans? We hope it is, but you tell us.
Yes, I actually will be attending the University of Laverne in the fall, and when I go there, I do plan on majoring in early education or special education.
And why did you choose those two career choices?
Well, I chose early education because I do have a lot of younger siblings, so I'm kind of already used to teaching them because I am the oldest. And I chose special education because my younger brother, he is autistic. So after we found that out, I kind of just more wanted to go into that field or both.
To support?
Yes.
Wonderful. Can you give a shout out to your siblings?
Yes.
Do they have names? Where
Yes.
did they go to school?
I have my second youngest sister is Emma Schaefer, then it's Isela Schaefer, then there is Alex Martinez, and then there is Julius Parra and Story Parra.
Wonderful. And are they locally in Rialto?
Yes.
Excellent. So you get to be the big sister to everyone, huh?
Yes.
How's that going for you at home?
It's very chaotic, but it's also very fun, and with this whole quarantine going on, it makes it a lot nicer because then we're all together and just a lot of good times.
I think one of the greatest testaments to what you just said here, and obviously this is why you're one of the top scholars, you take a situation that other people may complain about or say it's negative, and you just said it's wonderful because all of you can be together. Exactly. And a lot of people don't look at that with the family lifestyle. We take it for granted. So going into what Ms. Griffin talked about for distance learning, how is distance learning going for you?
Like she said, it's kind of the same because that's how already Milor works. Mm-hmm. So it hasn't really been much of a change.
No?
No.
So you log on and you're talking to your teachers, you're just not in the classroom?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now you did mention that you were going to graduate early. So how old are you?
I'm 17.
You're 17. And you're graduating when?
I actually graduated in January.
In January. But
yes.
You are going to be able to collect the diploma and walk when we have graduation later on in the months.
Yes.
Excellent. And now do you have your speech ready?
No, not yet.
You're not even thinking about it?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, that makes sense. Going back to you, Ms. Griffin, can you tell us a little bit about students who come to Milor from any of our comprehensive high schools, or like in Mia's case, coming from the Etiwanda, Fontana area, they feel that Milor is such a good fit for them. Why is that? Why do you think, in your opinion, Milor would be such a good fit?
The one thing that our students have in common is that there may have been some sort of school instability in the past. So our flexible schedule allows for students to meet their personal and scholarly needs at the same time. The experience first day for any student at Milor and Zupanik is that they will find it to be extremely nurturing, hands-on, and personally tailored to their learning needs. They will receive frequent checks from their counselors, Ms. Valenzuela at Zupanik and Mr. LaShore at Milor, who hold them accountable for continuing the reason why they enrolled at our school site in the first place, but also to offer support. All the teachers, the lunch service, nutrition workers, the counselors, the security officers, they all know the students by name. It's just a great place to have a fresh start and rebuild your intrinsic motivation and fall in love with the school learning environment again.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you. Well said. So let's go back to you, Mia. Of course, top scholar, Milor High School. I'm excited about that, as well as I'm sure your parents and your siblings. And what was their reaction?
When I told my siblings that I was coming here, they were very excited and they were a little confused. They assumed that I was going on national television.
Well, you never know.
They were
It
very
will be.
excited.
It's cable.
And they were all staring at the TV waiting. And I told them, I was like, oh, no, it's not today. And they were just way
It'll
too
be
excited.
on later.
Yeah.
And you will go national. And so, okay, so going back to family, and I know you talk about that a lot, which is wonderful. Do you feel as if in your life there was some sort of a hero, a mentor, a role model in your family? Who was that person and why?
Definitely my mother, because she has taught all of us to be very strong and very independent, and if we want something, to definitely go for it. So she has been very helpful in that area.
Mia, who is she? Does your mom have a name?
Darlene Schaefer, yes.
Darlene.
Yes.
And so if you could describe your mother in one word, and I asked George Falcon, who was on the show as well, as another top colleague of yours, graduating from Milor, what would you describe your mother in one word? What would it be? What would be that word?
Independent.
Independent.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. Thank you, Mia. And so I want to ask you, Principal Griffin, of course, of Milor High School, one of the most important things for students to achieve is that nurturing environment that you had told me about at Milor High School. When you have your students who enroll, that show up on your campus, talk to me about when you mentioned, and it made me feel really good, that the teachers know the name. They know the students that they're working with. What is your student body, what is your count, your student body count at Milor, Zupanik?
We service just under 400 students. 400 would be our maximum, but it fluctuates because we have students who enroll quarterly. So we have some students who stay with us for an entire academic year, and some students, depending on what their personal and academic needs are, they come at the beginning of the quarter and they may possibly graduate at the end of the quarter.
Excellent. And you have a lot of information on your webpage as well for Milor High School.
Yes.
If anyone wants to get a hold of the principal or the administrative staff.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm going to leave the last word for you, Mia. If there are students who are attending Milor, or they want to come to Milor High School, or they end up at Milor High School, what would you tell them in order to become, they don't necessarily have to be a top scholar, but what would your mission, what would your words be of encouragement to any students who would be entering Milor in the future?
To definitely stay focused and to just take it at your own pace and not to stress so much over the work and mostly focus on the task at hand.
And one more thing, subjects. What were your favorite subjects? And some of the teachers at Milor that you now have an opportunity to either thank or say something to?
Miss Baker was definitely a very good teacher for me. And I would
What
say
did Miss Baker teach?
She was just my overall teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And she I would say my favorite subject was English.
Why?
I like to read and I like poetry, so English just fits that very well.
It just came naturally?
Yeah.
And why would you select Miss Baker? Was she supportive? Was she helpful? Or was she your English teacher?
She was always very supportive because I would have some times where I would have to watch my sisters, and she would be very understanding of that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us, Meia.
Thank you,
And
too.
thank you, Principal Griffin, for being here with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to you being a top scholar and graduating from Milor High School, class of 2020, coming up in the months. And I want to thank you for joining us on RUSD Bridge. I'm Syeda Jafri. Until next time.